G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, it's an exciting day because I'm going to be going and doing my official JLG Golf chipping test with the VTrack launch monitor. I know a lot of people have been interested in this launch monitor, so I'm super keen to get some videos out there showing people what this thing's capable of. So the settings for today, we've got normal greens, normal fairways, stimp 13, optimized for this chipping test and consistent with all the other chipping tests that I've done. Let's see how this thing goes. First off, I want to say this thing is super reactive. I mean, like as soon as you hit the ball, it is in the virtual world. It's pretty incredible. I have to say it's probably quicker than the Pro T. I had to do some setting changes for the Ethernet port because this thing, you directly plug it into your Ethernet port on your computer. I had to adjust some of the settings with it to like maximize the bandwidth, I think, of information that can go through. So I mean, this thing's super quick when you hit a shot. Before we do get started with this chipping test though, I want to give a massive shout out to Bayside Golf, to Sam, for setting this thing up. If you're interested in a golf simulator, definitely check out Bayside. I'll link them in the description. The pressure is on for the VTrack. We've got a 10-yard chip shot. You know how this test starts. I just do my standard chip shots with a lob wedge. And yeah, let's see how it goes. I am using TaylorMade Pix balls. I've adjusted the hitting area size. You can adjust the hitting area size, which I love. So I've done that. And I've also calibrated this unit. So we shouldn't have any issues with chipping today. 10 feet as a feel. Instantly in the virtual world, you can see your overhead video in GS Pro. I mean, that was perfect. How quick does that shot go in the virtual world? It is incredible. We'll go again for 10 feet as a carry. That one was struck a little bit worse out to the right, and that's exactly what was read by the VTrack. That was a nice chip shot. And yeah, we lipped out. So this device, you'll see club data. Now, from what I've gathered from VTrack and asking them and saying, hey, do we get club data with this device? Is this club data accurate? Is it measured or is it actually estimated? What they've said, and I need to clarify this again, what they've said is the only thing that they measure is, well, for club data, they measure all the ball data. What they measure for club data is impact location. The rest of the data, they are saying, is calculated. So, you know, estimated. It's not actually measured. That's what I can gather. I need to double check with them because that is, if that's the case, then there's a massive difference with club data from the VTrack to the Pro T. The Pro T is calculating all the club data. I think, and again, I'm not 100%, but I think the VTrack is estimating it based on all the other data. That one was a little shorter. Look, this has got no issues getting these standard chip shots, so let's just go shorter now. Let's try and push this thing. Let's go like a 4-foot carry in my sim room. Okay, that was about 4 feet. It registered. Let's do like a 2-foot carry. That was about a foot carry and it registered. Let's do an even shorter shot. We'll try and keep it on the actual mat itself. That was literally like a few inches and it didn't register. So let's do that again. So we'll go like a couple of inches carry and it didn't register. So there is a cutoff. There is a cutoff. So we'll go again. We'll do about a foot. I'm landing these, I mean, a couple of inches in front of my ball. Let's go a foot in front of my ball. And it registered. There is a cutoff for chipping. But to be honest, if you're hitting it that soft, I mean, you've got to have a difficult chip shot if you're hitting it that soft. So we'll do about a foot or just under. So yeah, that was just under a foot carry and it didn't register. We'll go a foot carry and it registered. So it does register down to about a foot carry, which, I mean, look, if you're chipping it that short, you're in trouble, aren't you? Let's just do another standard chip shot. Okay, not the best impact there, but you can see it worked out perfectly. What I'll do is I'll just try blade one on purpose. We'll just thin one. Yeah, registered that. And it registered it as a thin as well. So if you look at your VLA, it's 0. So short chip shot's pretty good. It looks like there is a little bit of a window there that it won't register, about half a foot or shorter. It looks like it doesn't register those shots. Okay, on to the pitch shot. So I've got the same club. Let's just do some standard pitch shots. We want to carry these about 24 yards. 24 on the money. It's a beautiful shot there. Can I just say that's 2 shots that have gone exactly 24 yards carry. Which is good because it just shows you that the actual ball speeds must be correct. If my feels and what I'm trying to do are working out, might be a bit long. So yeah, these chip shots, or pitch shots I should say, no issues. And this is a photometric based unit, so realistically you don't expect these to be, you know, the unit to struggle on these. This is more, you know, testing radar units with those short chip shots, and it's a nice shot. Go in. Oh, play one a bit lower. I mean, yeah, it's registering everything really well. No issues so far. We'll go low again. A little bit short. And we'll go a little bit higher and softer this time. A little cut-up shot. Yeah. Apart from GS Pro's physics of that bounce, it's pretty good. All right, let's do one more standard chip shot. What gets me is the speed at which these shots go into the world. I mean, I'm used to the Pro T, so like I'm used to it being super quick, but this is just nuts how quick this is. Okay, bump and run time. I have an 8 iron, then I'm gonna go to 6 iron, then I'm gonna go to 4 iron. And if this unit's registering all these shots easy, we're gonna just do some 3 woods and some bump and runs along the ground. I don't think this unit will have any issues with these shots, being a photometric based unit, but we shall see. Okay, that was way too hard. Let me recalibrate. 8 iron bump and run from 20 yards. There we go. It was a little better. We've dialed the shot in now. That first one was just way too hard. I mean, it's super quick, isn't it? To be fair though, I think the Pro T is probably just as quick. And if this thing is estimating the club speed, then potentially that's where the Pro T's may be taking a little bit longer to get that data in. But these bump and runs with 8 irons so far, no issues. They're hitting probably about a foot, maybe just above a foot on my screen. That was about 1.5 foot up on the screen. No issues. Lovely shot there. They're all about 1.5 foot up on the screen. I'm not looking at club data, so if you are looking at the club data, let me know if there's any massive things that stand out to you, because I haven't been paying attention. That one was what, 0.6 into out. I've got to do club and ball data. They're different. A unit can be really good at ball data and not good at club data. And you can still play sim golf with it. You're just getting bad feedback with your club data. So I guess the accuracy between ball data and club data, 2 separate things. It can be highly accurate with ball data, which, look, this thing seems to be pretty accurate with ball data so far. I need to do more testing. And then the club data will be a separate test. But these bump and runs, I mean, They seem to be really good. Everything seems to be accurate. Okay, I might have done too many 8 irons. Let's go to a 6 iron. So we're going to push it a little bit. These are going to be coming out a lot lower. Okay, that's about half a foot up on my screen. And we had no issues with the registered shot. You can see I tow everything. That was, yep, about half a foot up on my screen. No issues. Again, half a foot up. Oh, we've holed it. That was probably about a ball, maybe 2 balls up on my screen. Again, couple of balls up on the screen. There is a massive update apparently coming to the software for this device. So stay tuned. I will be showing off the software. I don't know the order of these videos, but I'll be showing the software out. Hit it. So far, everything seems to be pretty good for me, just ticking along. That one was about a couple of balls up on the screen. But all of the shots seem to be going where I'd expect them to. That one was low on the ground. I mean, that barely hit, you know, a ball up on the screen. Okay, 4 iron time. Let's really push this now. So these things, they are going to be coming out low. That hit before my screen. I've got a ramp up to my screen and that hit the ramp. So that was seriously low for VLA. Again, that hit the ramp. That hit almost before the ramp. Hit it. I mean, that was a ridiculously low VLA. We'll do another one of those. Club data. 14 up, 5 into out. So that doesn't look right. We will take note. That was really low again. And that club data looks better. So we just, look, this is a chipping test, so let's just keep it to chipping, but that was, keep an eye on that club data. See, I don't know about that 6 degrees VLA or, you know, it's interesting. I need to, that came out low and it definitely hit almost before my ramp. But then that makes me wonder whether the other ones are coming out at 12, if they're correct. I'll have to go and look at some data and see what I usually launch these at. Yeah, so just looking at the Pro T video then, I've had anywhere from 10 to, well, about 9 to 12 VLA on these shots, so that seems to check out. Let's hit a couple of woods. So let's just finish up with a couple of chip shots with these woods, 4 wood. Okay, that was essentially a putt, so VLA checks out. Even the club data there looks good. We'll go again. Yep, that seems to check out. And we'll go last one. Seems to check out. Interesting. We will, oh, we got one more shot. We'll have to really do some more chipping because those little bump and runs, I saw a few shots that not cause for concern, but I just want to verify. That's a nice shot. Lovely. So yeah, we just need to verify some of those. All right, we've got a flop shot now. 17 yards. Lovely shot. VLA's perfect. Sit. Yep. All right, let's try and throw these high. The test for this is really trying to throw these high to see if there's a cutoff in vertical launch angle. That was 53. VLA, everything seemed to check out. We'll go even higher. Well, we'll try. 51. Seemed to register though, everything correctly. 58. And it got it. 56. So yeah, I mean, that is really chopping under it. We'll go one more mega flop, really try and throw it high. 57.6, and it registered perfectly. Look at that. Love that integrated video. All right, we'll just finish with a couple of stock ones. .48. Let's blade one. Let's completely blade one. And it registered it. So that's perfect. Everything looks correct. And let's just finish with a nice shot. 17. Oh, I bladed it a little bit. Sit. That was heel side. Okay, that is the official chipping test for the VTrack Golf launch monitor. I've got to say, I think I'm going to have to watch that back. I want to really pay attention to vertical launch on those bump and runs. I want to check that, but everything else felt good. So club data I think I saw one or two where club data was wrong, but we're talking ball data. I think it was reading correctly for those bump and runs. And I'm going to have to go do some in-depth bump and run testing with the GC3, get some actual, numbers that I can hang my hat on, and then go back and test it with the VTrack. But to me, it seemed to be pretty good. So that's the official JLG Golf chipping test. I will obviously get to know this unit a lot more. I'm going to go play golf with it a lot. So stay tuned for those videos. Next up, you'll probably see the putting test, or potentially, depending on when these videos get ordered, when I edit them, you might see the putting test first. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. Any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.